Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you all know that due to COVID-19, life has been completely changed for almost everybody. Around 96% of our people, they all are kind of self-quarantined at home. There are many of whom who are relying on a day-to-day work to feed their families. Every community needs the help more than ever. We have been providing groceries to our needy families in a Washington metro area for almost 3 weeks and would like to continue on. Of course, it cannot be done by us, all of us only, but with your help. Today, we are here for a live fundraiser for our community, for our needy families, and I have a very distinguished guest with me who is the true example of the world is a global village and we all are the neighbors. I have with me Todd Shea, who has done lots of philanthropist work in Pakistan and around the world. Todd, will you please tell our viewers about yourself?
Sure. I'm the CEO of Comprehensive Disaster Response Services. We started back during the Zalzala of 2005. Growing up, I was a musician and played music all my life, had record deals and did a lot of music and recording and being on radio. And I was signed by a guy named Sid Bernstein, who brought the Rolling Stones and the Beatles to America. And he set up a showcase for me on 9/11, which was supposed to be a big concert, but I woke up that morning in the hotel room getting ready for my big concert with the record labels, and 9/11 was happening. The towers were on fire. I ended up going down there, putting my guitar down and going down there and working for a week at Ground Zero. And from that moment on, my life changed, and I've been doing disaster relief work and humanitarian work ever since that time. When the Zalzala happened in 2005 in Pakistan, I had just come back from Hurricane Katrina, and a few months before that, the tsunami in Sri Lanka. So I hadn't been in the door for 5 minutes when the Pakistan earthquake was on the TV news, and I was with my son, who was about 16 years old at the time, 15, 16 years old, and I said, I'm going to Pakistan. They'll need help there. So I called the Pakistan embassy, and they put me in touch with a group of Pakistani American doctors from APNA and IMANA, the Islamic Medical Association of North America, and I joined them as a logistics coordinator. And I was only going to stay for 2 weeks, but after 2 weeks, the doctors asked me to stay. The people in the village asked me to stay, so I decided to stay for the whole emergency phase. And after the emergency was over, a few months later, some members of the Pakistan Army who I worked with asked me if they could help me register an organization, and they kind of talked me into staying and registering. And the people in the village were asking me to stay, and I started a team of people there who helped with this hospital camp that we were running, and I hired them as employees. And we've been going now 15 years and have responded to every disaster in Pakistan: floods, earthquakes, refugee crisis, heat emergency, and now, unfortunately, this coronavirus has stricken the world, and Pakistan is also been affected, and maybe even more affected as days go by. But people are suffering. We're getting calls, distress calls from all over Pakistan, from poor villages and from slum areas, where people who are not able to work, and that means they're not able to eat if they can't make their daily wage. People who are construction workers and maids and cooks and drivers and domestic helpers, day laborers, and the poor and elderly and widows and orphans and disabled people who rely on others for their sustenance, and the people that normally help them are also suffering. So it is a problem that many millions and millions of people in Pakistan are facing. To have, there's no shortage of food in Pakistan, but there is, prices have gone higher, and with people not being able to work, they're now relying on charities like mine and good people, especially Pakistani Americans and people who care, to help provide food for them. And we're also helping to provide, we just delivered gowns and masks and gloves and hand sanitizer and goggles to Rawalpindi General Hospital. And we're going to be giving more of those kinds of supplies out as the days and weeks go by.
Wow. My God, it's a great motivation. You've took an initiative and you went thousands of miles away to help those people. God bless you. We are
Well, I'm
lucky.
also from the Washington, D.C. area. And being from the Washington, D.C. area, I care very much about the people here. And I was so impressed when I saw the work of the PTI volunteers that we're putting together in the last 3 weeks, an amazing effort to give groceries to those right here in this area who need help. So I contacted Johnny and the group there and asked if I could be of any assistance with my 501c3 tax exempt charity here in America. So we're able now to accept donations for the DC area food drive that the PTI volunteers have been doing so wonderfully and helping to assist them so that people who want to donate to them can support and get a tax deduction from a donating to a 501c3 American IRS charity.
God bless you, Todd. See, that was the reason I was going to ask you that since you've been working all over Pakistan and many other countries, and here your own community needs help today. And that's the reason we request you to come and join us. And we are so lucky to have you today, the way you are explaining it to us. And we can't thank you enough for letting us go ahead and work with you hands in hand with CDRS and your 501c3. So that way people who are going to donate today, they will be able to write this thing off as a tax deduction, and it is going to be a big help for us. We all are here and doing this work just for our community, and we cannot thank you enough that you've thought way beyond that, and you went to Pakistan to help all of those people out there. And we really want you to be with us, hands in hands, and so we can help our community here in Washington metro area.
Well, actually, it's an honor for me to serve and to assist this great effort. It's an honor for me to work in Pakistan, most beautiful nation and most khubsurat and zabardast people. And you know, I can't say enough about how much I love Pakistan. I could be anywhere in the world and work anywhere in the world in the last 15 years, and I have worked in many different places in emergencies. But Pakistan has become definitely a second home, maybe even a first home. I've been spending 8 months a year there for the last 15 years. So it's become a part of my life, a part of my heart. The people there and the Pakistani American community, especially here in the DC area, has supported my efforts, because without them, I couldn't do anything. Without my team on the ground, I couldn't do anything. So rather, I look at this situation as my duty to be able to assist in any way, shape, or form. So I appreciate your appreciation and your thanks, but rather it's my honor and it's my duty to support this effort, because I saw for myself your dedicated volunteers and what they're doing. And I went there and I saw cars after cars after cars lined up, getting groceries, people who really were suffering and needed some help. And you guys have stepped forward. So anything that I can do to be of assistance, CDRS is not charging not one single penny for this service. We're not taking any fees. We're not taking any admin costs. We're not charging anything. Literally, if somebody donates $100 to this effort, then a check from CDRS gets written to this particular mission to feed families, and exactly 100% of what has come in will go to that 100%.
Wow. See, this is the true definition of the first phrase in the Constitution of ours, we the people. We all are working for the people. And this is how we are going to spread the love to the humanity, to the people, to everybody else. And really, I mean, I really cannot thank you enough for all this effort and the way you are cooperating with us, and you're just telling us that any donation you receive, you're going to pass it on to us so we can feed more people. Thank you so much, Todd. And please continue on and let us know what else we need to do to get this thing going, because we're not going to leave people behind. We are going to be with them. We will do the best we can to make sure they are feeding their families. They are getting a hot meal being served every single day. Nobody's going to sleep hungry tonight. They can wake up hungry, but we will do the best we can to have everybody sleeping with a full belly, with food in their stomach.
Zabardast, sir. If anyone wants to contact me, if they have any questions or they need any further information, they want to see our tax ID documents, whatever they want to see, whatever they questions they have, I'm available. My number is open number and public number. It's 718-809-5381. That's 718-809-5381. We have a fundraiser page all set up that is already collected over $1,000, I believe, for the DC food drive. And we hope that we can get more. And if anybody wants to contact me by email, it's toddshea@cdrsworld.org. That is toddshea@cdrsworld.org.
Well, can you repeat that one more time? It's kind of long, and we'll try to post this on a site as well so people can copy it. But can you please repeat that one more time?
Certainly. The phone number again is 718-809-5381, which also works on WhatsApp. And then my email is toddshea@cdrsworld.org. That's toddshea@cdrsworld.org.
Great. Thank you so much. We still have a few more minutes to continue on. Do you have any particular thing in your mind next time when you go to Pakistan? Right now, at this point in time, everybody's kind of contained into their homes. But do you have something exclusive in your mind you're going to do for the community once you get a chance to go there? And also, what else we can do here to assist or help our community here in Washington metro area?
Well, my son also works with me. And when I go back to Pakistan right now, because of travel and flights and things, I'm a little bit stuck here at the moment. I'm working on fundraising efforts right now as we speak and coordinating with my team on ground. I have 50 employees and 2,000 volunteers, 25 chapters all over Pakistan, feeding people from Chitral to Karachi, from Chaman to Lahore. We have many areas that we're working in because we're getting stress calls from all over Pakistan. So when I do go back, I'll just join my team who are already there working. Most of my team have been with me since the earthquake, so they're very good at disaster relief and logistics. We normally have a mother-child health center in Swat. We have, other than the mother-child health center, we have a child health clinic in Aryan near the GT road between Lahore and Islamabad. We have about 250 water projects, from hand pumps to tube wells to reverse osmosis water filtration systems. And we even rescue kutas and billies and all kinds of other kind of work, women's empowerment. We build computer labs for children. We built a couple of schools in AJK. So we do a lot of construction and logistics work for people that want to do their own project, but they don't have a team on ground. We're that team on ground. We have, of course, our registration there. We have a very high score from Pakistan Center for Philanthropy. 822 out of 1,000 was our score, which they check everything about the organization, its governance, its spending, its transparency, its field operations, its compliance with government, everything. And so we got one of the high scores there. And so we have a very good system in Pakistan for anyone that wants to do some work with us or donate to us. They can choose the type of project that they'd like to do, because we do a lot of things well, because we've been there for 15 years working in logistics and in every disaster. So we have a big network, a lot of great youth volunteers that we work with. And here in America, even when I'm in Pakistan, my son is here and he can do the community work here. He's worked in a lot of the hurricanes while I've been over in Pakistan. He's worked in Puerto Rico and Texas and Florida and North Carolina. So the DC area now, this particular situation that is in need, it's our home area, our hometown, and we want to be there in any way, shape, or form that we can for the community, not only during this time, but even in the future. If there's anybody that needs help here, and if there's anybody that wants to utilize CDRS to support them, and they want to get a tax deduction for their donation, which enables them to donate more, then they're more than welcome to get in touch with me. We're here, especially for the Pakistani community in America, and in DC, because they have been at the forefront of supporting CDRS efforts for the last 15 years.
Uh-huh. I wasn't able to control my smile or laughing when you were giving me all those coordinates about Pakistan, because your geography is much better than many of us who are living in this country for quite some time, have forgotten every single thing. But I'm so glad you've got every single thing in order. And
Well, I lived in Banu and Lucky Marvit for a year working for Imran Khan
oh, wow.
Foundation for the IDPs. So I've lived in Banu, I've lived in ATK, I've lived in interior Sindh, I've been to the
Mhm.
villages and the towns of Pakistan, I've been to the northern areas, I've been to Karachi, all
Right.
over that beautiful country, and
Wow.
wonderful,
That
beautiful
is,
people.
go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you through, but go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, the last thing I was going to say is, the children of Pakistan have really taken my heart, and the people asked me to stay. That a lot of people ask me, why Pakistan? You're a Gora. You're from America. Why are you in Pakistan? Well, it took an earthquake to get me there, and I'm sorry that it took an earthquake to
Wow.
get me there. But once I got there, I
Incredible.
found beautiful people who unfortunately have been demonized unfairly, unjustly by the world media
Mhm.
for all the wrong reasons. 2% of the truth, 100% of the time. You've got beautiful people and beautiful children, and unfortunately never have a voice in the media, and they deserve a voice. So part of what I try to do is not only serve good people in Pakistan and beautiful children, but also try to tell the story to people that don't know any better, because unfortunately they hear all of the concentrated bad news, and they never hear all of the good news. And there's a lot of wonderful things going on in Pakistan. It's a nation that is definitely on the rise. It's been tested greatly, but I think that great nations get tested greatly. So I think this is another challenge. But Pakistan has been through so many challenges, and it's still there on the map of the world, and it isn't going to be off of that map anytime soon.
Uh-huh. See, I just want to say that you're the true ambassador of Pakistan. You can explain these things in a much better way than anybody else can. And I was going to ask you this question anyway, that have you ever had a problem with being Gora in Pakistan? But you just answered it by yourself. I'm so glad to hear that. And this is
Yes,
all we're trying
Pakistanis
to.
are trying to kill me in Pakistan. It's been a huge problem because they're killing me with kindness. They love me so much. They're giving me so
Wow.
much Mazadar and Laziz Khana that I have gained a whole nother person. I was 200 pounds when I came to Pakistan in very good shape. And now I was 39 years old. Now I'm going to be 54 this year. And I've gained 100 pounds being in Pakistan because of this Mazadar Khana and beautiful hospitality of the Pakistani people. So, and then when I come back to America, I meet with Pakistani Americans who also feed me this wonderful khana. So definitely they're trying to kill me, but with kindness, not with terror.
So you're the true example, actually the true victim of Nihari, Payas, and Parathas, right? Because you
And
gain 100
chapli
pounds.
kebab and alu keema and sag and cornbread. And I can just keep going.
Wow. Todd, it's an honor for me to have you here with us today, and you've been great. You've been helping us. You've been actually helping to the community as well, and we are glad to have you here. I hope we were able to make our point to the rest of the people around here. We just want to let them know that we are united, we stand, and we can do all these things together, and we are doing it, and we will keep on doing it. And I really, really want to thank you so much for coming, sparing some time in your busy schedule, coming out over and helping us, and this great interview of yours, or participation into this fundraiser.
Well, it's been an honor, and my prayers for all of the PTI volunteers and their friends who are uh, distributing the food and coming together for this effort. People from all walks of life and supporting Americans anywhere who are in need in this area. And I pray for all of our doctors and our nurses and frontline staff and everyone who's keeping this country going while this lockdown and this coronavirus emergency continues. And I pray for all of them and their families, for their safety, for their health, that we get through this soon.
Well, these are the first responders, our doctors, our medical staff. All those are the true heroes who are helping the nation. I actually broke into tears yesterday when I saw a nurse on CNN explaining that she is doing a teleconference or kind of connecting to the families for someone who's about to pass away. I mean, such a great work. The last moment, you're having those
Yeah.
people, you're making those connections. That's priceless. I mean, it's a great nation. Rough times, being a human, we have to face them. We had 1918, that the flu, which was kind of hard. Then we had a Great Depression. We survived. And by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the grace of God, and with this unity, being together, united, we will prevail and we will survive this epidemic or pandemic as well. Our great scientists, our people, all Americans are working very hard to come up with a solution, and we cannot thank all of those people enough for such a great work they're doing it. And I personally want to thank you coming over to us, and it's been a really honor to deal with you, to talk to you, and your great help to help our community at large here in Washington metro area. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it, brother. And there's no words to thank the doctors, especially I just want to shout out to the Pakistani American doctors like Dr. Rashid Rabdani, like Apna. These people are on the front line of this. They are a beautiful, magnificent part of this country who are working all over the big cities and the small, tiniest towns, taking care of people on a regular day. But now with this crisis, now they're really sacrificing everything to help people get through this and keep people that are sick from dying, and trying to help people not catch this terrible disease. So my hat's off to the Pakistani American physicians and staff who are doing such a great job.
Okay, great. Thank you so much one more time, Todd. And ladies and gentlemen, as you have seen our request, our appeal to you all to help us to feed the hungry, to feed those needy families. We appreciate your time today, and we really are so thankful all the donations you have given it to the community, and we will continue on. Please, we are open to feedback. We are open to all kind of conversation if you like to. Todd has given you his email address and a phone number. Once again, thank you so much. Have a great day. God bless. God bless America.